Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thank you to all the new subscribers, do appreciate it. And today we've got a parcel. We'll open it up and we'll have a look what's inside it. As you can see, we've got a new project to work on. I bought an engine case. I've got loads and loads of bits and bobs that I've accumulated over the years. Got crankshafts, etc. So I'm looking to doing as a project to show people how to build engines, taking this case in and basically rebuilding it, probably kit it out, show you how to build it up from scratch. First glance it doesn't look too bad. It's had a repair here. It's quite common for them to break. It's just a liner inside where the brake shoes go. And the rear hub bearing looks good, to be honest. Can run that up. I'll take the oil seal out, etc. Gearbox end plate needs to come, drive side needs to come off. Yeah, gearbox end plate looks alright as well. I will go all over all of these. As you know, I'm a bit of a stickler for screw holes. I'd say it's had some wear and tear on it and some repairs. It's not unusual for these to go over tightened, and like it says it's in a 2022, which would be a GP, but I think the seller said it had LI numbers on it. No, that's GP 150. So it's a Scooter's India engine. At the moment I'm toying with the idea of, as I said in the first couple of minutes, of doing a tune up, maybe a 185 on it, mess around with the gearing, different sprocket, you know, stuff like that as I buy what I need. I'm going to change these as well. I don't like the look of that rubber on the inside there. Indian engine mounts are as good as any, in my opinion. I've put them in loads of scooters over the years and never ever have one let me down. If I drop the camera down a bit, you'll be able to hopefully see inside at what I'm looking at here. Let's take it off the mount. It's on the tripod there, and I'll get a light and show you what I'm checking on. Right, so we're looking in here. All of these threads, they look fine. I need to take these out and have a look. Looks fine. The seller had said that it was out of a running engine at some time, so we'll see. I've got new drive side bearings, etc. I'm going to be putting 200 bearings in. As I say, all of these threads, I don't know if we can pick up the thread hole. They look like somebody's gone through them before me, but I will check them. It's been enamelled, so it looks clean. Like all Indian engines, they're never, they're quite rough castings. Let me just, as I was saying, they're quite rough castings. This one probably rubbed down prior to being stoved. It's still not perfect, to be honest, but it should be a good engine case to be used for our purposes anyway. It's just really to show people how to build, what to look for. It's got a time insert at the bottom there, which just holds the suspension on. It's not been cleaned out that well because there's loads of old oil there where they've not cleaned it prior to stove enamelling it. But you know, you've got to remember, I think the last engine block I sold, which is a while ago, Indian, was about 30 quid, so I mean I paid over double for that. I paid 60 quid, which, to be honest with you, there's a lot of dross out there, a hell of a lot of, you know, ones that have got smashed up back ends, broken here or removed. This has been removed for sticking on. I don't want to knock that oil over, that's just the oil. You know, these are gone. It's as good as any Indian GP I've had. I mean, this is not perfect. The mounting lug for, you know, for jacking it up to change your spare wheel, etc. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I must admit, that's going to be a goer. It does look like the Christmas tree's been rubbing on the inside, but no damage there. I mean, you can see the rough castings that the Indians do. This will all be cleaned out prior to using. As I say, I'll be showing you how to change the silent bushes, clutch, gearbox, how to shim up a gearbox, so we've got no choice with this one. This is a new build engine as such, so you know, I'm not sure if I'll have a longer chain. I'm going to try and do some calculations on gearing and see, depends on what gearbox I come across, from a SX stroke TV 175 right the way down to a GP 125. I do like the Italian GP 200, I must admit. That gearing's probably the best standard gearing on any Lambretta. They just seem to float along. My old last electronic absolutely glide down the road, and you do sort of you notice a difference when you're on a, say, a TV 200 to a GP. But I'm going on a bit there, I'm deviating again. Yeah, so stick with me over the forthcoming videos and we'll see how we get. I'll show you taking out the bearings, how to heat up the crankcase, take out that one, what's behind the flange that holds it in. There's a gasket in there, there's an oil thrower that goes inside it. It's like a dish. I'll show you bit by bit. I mean, a lot of other videos that I've watched on YouTube myself, they show you this and next minute it's got the gearbox in and it's got, you know, it's got the crankshaft in. They don't show you how to level up the chain. You know, some people do, some people don't. I mean, it's as easy as putting a ruler across that's got a flat edge on it and measuring with verniers or whatever, tape measure, whatever, and just lining them up. Some people use dial gauges and rotate them around. The problem with that is, as we had on my LI, if the rear hub bearing's gone, you can get like an induced wobble, and that will feed through to the chain and the clutch moving in and out. At the moment I'm thinking standard clutch with either 46 or 47, depends on what piston and barrel I come up with. The next couple of weeks it'll start coming together. This is the first side of it. I'm going to try and get I haven't got an engine case. I've got a kickstart shaft and I haven't got a good flywheel mag housing. I've got virtually everything else. I mean, it will be electronic. I've got a 200 cylinder, and I've got 150 as well, to be fair, but I'll probably go aluminium. May put on a big carburetor. Yeah, it's just like I say, stick with it, it'll evolve, and it's not something for me. I'm building it, and I'll sell it at cost when it's all built. So if there's anybody interested, don't hesitate, drop me a line. If it's something that you want put in an engine, you know, I can build it for somebody. It's not something I need. It's more of a you know, it's a video to show people what to do, basically. If for any of you starting out building, like I say, there's loads and loads of videos on engine casings, but it's just literally, I'll take you through checking all of these, all of the rear, you know, fitting the rear end end plate, Christmas tree. You leave that out when you're shimming a gearbox till you've shimmed it up correctly. I'll show you how to go through the different shims, what feeler gauges go where. A lot of that's a bit crowded in mystery from what I can see. Chains, I mean, can build it. It's a pretty decent casing, to be honest. It's typical, as I say, Indian. It's a bit rough around the edges, but what I can see, I've got pulls and what have you to go in there. Studs, I'll change all them to stainless steel like I normally do. All of these to stainless steel. It's just, I'm a freak for stainless steel. I just love it. With a GP, these can either be bolts or studs. I've got no feeling either way. I'm quite happy to put bolts and washers in. And again, exhaust, we'll see what turns up when we're ready to run it, but you know, it will be run. It looks like somebody was going to build it up because the actual drive side bearings all greased up. I don't know if you can see that in there. We won't be using that anyway. Never ever get tempted to use anything that's second hand on your crank. I mean, if you look at the rear hub, that one feels absolutely perfect, to be honest. There's no play I can feel. I will clean it and run it. What I tend to do is put a drive shaft through there and clamp up the outside and run it at speed and see if the bearing's making any noise or whatever, because you can do that on a tabletop. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. You can move it on a tabletop and it feels fine. I've got a new bearing, Italian, which might go in there yet. Like I say, I've got a collection of stuff that can go in. Like I say, I'm mainly looking for stainless steel, all nuts and bolts. I'm toying with the idea of putting a Casa end plate on, simply because I've never done one before, and I just wanted to see if they are excuse me, what people say they are. Like I say, if you've got an inkling you're interested in buying this when it's done, like I say, it will be only at cost. So anything that we put into this engine, I'll keep the receipts, and it will be, you know, like you already know, this has cost me £60 plus £10 postage. So we're starting to ball off. It's 70 quid plus parts now. So if we find out that there is somebody who's interested in buying this, and you know, I'm not saying oh yeah, I'll go and buy it and you expect me to spend about £3,000 on an engine when you know, oh, suddenly you don't want it. I mean, I want a deposit and it will be you know, built to your specification then, but you better be quick, because as I say, it's literally, it's happening. I thought that was on there, I thought that was worn, but it's not. It's been machined. So out of the rough, they've decided to machine that flat. So the bearing liner there looks fine on the Christmas tree. I'll say there'll all be new bearings anyway. Gearbox end plate bearing, all of the crankshaft bearings, and possibly the rear hub. Probably looking at it, it probably will be changed just for peace of mind. And we're doing a video anyway, so it's not to say I won't keep that bearing for another project down the line. but I have got a standard GP200 crankshaft with virtually no miles on it, so that could go in there. And like I say, I'm leaning towards a 185 kit, aluminium kit, BGM. I don't really know, Race Tour 195, it could be something like that. To be honest with you, I've put a couple of RTs in and they are the dogs. They really are good kits. So yeah, keep watching, like I say, and we'll see where we get with it. But for now, this will be over and out. I'm just going to leave it as it is at the moment, and then we'll start up video 2 when we go through and check all the threads, which, to be honest with you, they look like somebody's already done that, you know. Yeah, they look fine, but I will run through them anyway. Take out these 3 studs that are there, and then I'll look to get a gearbox end plate, and then we'll have to line it up. Gearbox, I've got a lay shaft, I've got most of the bits, to be honest. Clutch, outer bell, as I say, and I've got most of the bits to build a pretty standard reliable engine. Like I say, we'll fit electronic to it, brand new